Hey lovelies, good morning, good evening, good afternoon from wherever you're watching. My name is Nerea Atieno and I'm a Kenyan YouTuber, and in this channel we do videos on hair, beauty and lifestyle. So today we are doing a simple full face makeup tutorial for beginners. It's gonna be pretty simple, like it's gonna have every detail. So if this is your first time here, you're most welcome. Please do subscribe, like, share and give this video a big thumbs up. And also, of course, you could comment down below so that I get to know your thoughts on this look. So without much to say, guys, let's get straight into the video. So first and foremost, I began by moisturizing my face with that rose water before anything, just like that. So I was looking to a mirror, that one below me as I'm recording. So then we'll start with eyebrows, and I'm going to be applying powder on the eyebrows first, just like that, just to reduce the oiliness of the eye pencil once I apply. So I'm using a spoolie to comb through my eyebrows before I line them using the eye pencil. So make sure you just comb them through so that they're neat, so that you get a clear outline as you're lining with your eye pencil. And for this case, I'm using Davis number 3 eye pencil, the brown eye pencil. If you're my skin tone or lighter, this is the eye pencil you should use to line. But if you're dark, you use the dark eye pencil, because the brown eye pencil is like almost your skin tone. So if you use it, it will not come out nicely. So you just use the dark eye pencil. And guys, while lining, just follow the exact shape of your eyebrows. The exact shape of your eyebrows, and do not lift your eyebrows while lining, because you're going to lose the shape of your eyebrow. The natural shape of your eyebrow is when your face is still, not while you have raised the eyebrow. So just line, just follow the line. Then on the upper part, you don't begin exactly at the beginning. You leave some space around the beginning, the inner corner of the upper side. Then you line up to somewhere there. Then from there you take it down. And remember, guys, we're following the shape of our eyebrows. So just line downwards like that. And we're done with lining. Just takes a few seconds. Also, if you have a lot of eyebrows, you could consider trimming first before lining. But as for me, I didn't trim. So then we're going to draw hair-like structures from the inner corner of the eyebrow, like that, upwards. Then for the rest of the eyebrow, we're going to be filling in the spaces. We're only filling in where there are spaces after drawing the hair-like structures. Yeah, just make sure they're a little bit defined. Then you fill in the other spaces right there, like that. You just fill in the spaces like that. Then after filling in all those spaces, you're going to take, you see that, so that it appears as natural as possible. You just don't draw a block. You just don't like color the way kids color. So you're going to take your spoolie or your toothbrush, whatever you have, and you comb through so as to blend the eye pencil that you've just used to fill in. You see, it doesn't look like we have drawn like a block. Okay, so from there we're going to clear our concealer. On the upper part, we're using the foundation. On the lower part, we're using concealer. So we're going to use that flat brush right there, either of the two. If you have either of these two, then well and good, you can use them to line. So for lining the lower part, you leave a little space from the inner corner like that. Then you start lining. You don't start lining exactly at the inner corner. You leave some little space right there. There we're going to apply some foundation, because if you use concealer there, it's going to leave harsh concealer lines. Like, it's just going to show like the harsh lines, and we don't want that. Remember, we want our eyebrows to, in as much as we're doing makeup is just meant to at least enhance you, not change you like completely. So, but it also depends with what you want. So right there, just follow the pattern of the eye pencil you drew. That is your guideline while lining. That should be your guide. You just follow the pattern like that of whatever you drew. Or even if you didn't draw a proper pattern, there is where the concealer comes in. It comes in handy. Even if you didn't get a correct pattern with the eye pencil, then you should with the concealer while clearing the eye pencil. So you just drag, you don't use very little concealer, and you don't also use too much product. Just use just enough and drag it down, drag it outwards like that, outwards and downwards like that, not to the end. We're done with the lower part of our eyebrows, and for the upper part we're going to use foundation of our skin tone. Or this part is also optional. You can also choose not to line the upper, to clear the upper part. It's optional, but as for beginners, I would advise that you just do that. It's a learning process. It is optional. So yeah, so we just line again according to how you had shaped your, drawn your eye pencil, just like that. Then for the inner corner of the eye, we're using foundation of our skin tone to just line there to avoid harsh lines, as I had said earlier. Just like that. You see how it looks like? Yeah, just like that. Then we're going to take a small fluffy brush to blend the concealer below our eyebrows. So we're just going to tap in. We're going to tap it in using little force. You just tap in. Tap in so that it can blend properly with the concealer you're going to apply as your eyeshadow base. Like that. Then at the inner corner, you just drag it a little bit inwards, just a little bit inwards. You see, when you drag it like that, there are no harsh. At the beginning of the inner corner, there is no harsh line. It's just perfect. So we blend also on the upper part, and that is the outcome. And as I told you guys, you could look down on your mirror and see if your eyebrows match. So okay. For the eyeshadow base, we're using a concealer, still the one the one we used to clear our eyebrows. So you just tap in the concealer from downwards going upwards, just like that. You just tap it in so that it could blend with the concealer you had used to clear the eye pencil. So you just tap in and make sure it blends properly. Don't use very little amount of it, and also don't use too much. Just use average, because that is what is going to hold in your eyeshadow when you apply. So don't use too little, because if you use too little, it's not going to hold the eyeshadow properly. So just use a moderate amount, just like that. That is not too little, or yeah, it's just okay. So I'm using the Gorgeous Me Beauty palette, and it has 63 shades in it. So it has matte and shimmer. So for this case, I'm just going to use matte shades, and then I'll use a separate glitter palette. So I'm going for that color. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's cream. I don't know if it's cream or something, but it looks like cream. Then I'm going for also a brown shade and a dark shade. That brown shade, either of the two, and that one dark shade, that is the darkest shade, like black. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to begin with at the outer corner of the eye. So you just use the fluffy brush you had used to clear, that you had used to apply the eyeshadow base, which is your concealer, and you just tap. You just tap it in. You just tap it in like that. Then in the middle, we are going in with our brown shade. You just tap it in within there in the middle properly, and you make sure it blends with the black properly. Make sure there's no harsh line or just a line that shows that you have used two separate, yes, you have used two separate eyeshadow shades, but you make sure you at least blend them. Just blend them with the brush. Then for the inner corner of the eye, I'm going to use the creamish shade. From the palette it looks like it's creamish, but when you apply it looks almost whitish, but it's not white as white, so it's an off-white shade. Yeah, I think that's the correct terminology. So yeah, you just blend it in up to almost the middle part of the eye, somewhere there, up to the middle part of the eye. So the white shade is the bright shade is what is going to take most of the eye, just like that. Then you're going to take a light brown shade and from your palette and just blend in all through the, yeah, you just blend in through the upper part. So you just blend towards the inner corner of the eye, just like that. So that is the transition shade. Sorry, I was trying to remember the word. Yeah, so you see how that brown has extended a little bit. Yeah, so then we take the glitter from the glitter palette, which I'm going to apply there. So first of all, I'm going to use the eyelash glue. Then I'm going to apply it just right there between the brown shade and the white shade, just right there, somewhere in between there, like just in the middle part of the eye, almost in the middle towards the end, just somewhere there in the middle. So I'm going to link all these products I've used in the description box. Yeah, because I forgot to mention like almost all of them. So when the glue dries up a little bit, you take the eye glitter and you just tap it around just that area where you applied the glue. And we just prefer to apply a little bit so that it just pops. It just makes your eyes pop. So if you apply too much of it, it's going to look exaggerated. So for this look, we just decided that we're just going to use a little bit of it. You see how it looks like. Then after that, we're going to take our mascara and just apply on our natural lashes so as to reduce the coloration of the eyeshadow. So the eyeshadow dropped a little bit on the eyelashes, so you have to apply some mascara so as to remove the color that had fallen on the eyelashes. So this is how I normally apply my eyeliner. I find it a bit challenging to apply eyeliner, just a little bit, because my lashes are C-shaped, like exactly C-shaped. So at the lower part of the eye, I just used eye pencil, the dark eye pencil number 1, because I can't apply eyeliner. So then I cleaned my face using non-alcoholic wet wipes because the product from the eyes had dropped there. Then I took my face primer and applied all through my face and left it to dry as I was trying to put on my lashes. So I just took it with that brush and applied it around the T-zone area like that, then all over the face. I then chose those lower lashes, those ones that are down kabisa. So by the time I was done applying, the Nini had dried kabisa. So I took a damp beauty blender and some foundation and just blended it into my face like that. You just tap in, you tap in kabisa, and you don't use a lot of product. So I just tapped that in and blended it uniformly like that, just everywhere. So after blending the foundation, I took the concealer that I had used and highlighted around under the eye, just like that. I highlighted under my eyes, and as I highlighted as I was blending in, as I was going, like, I don't know how to put it, so that the concealer could not dry. So when I highlight one area, I just blend it, then I highlight another area, then I just blend, because the concealer will dry out quickly if you leave it. You see that, what I'm telling you? So after highlighting the under eyes, I blended, and as you blend, you just tap, don't drag it down, or just drag it, don't drag it towards the other areas of the face, because your face is gonna look funny. The blend is not going to come out well. So you just blend in like that. You just tap and blend. You don't drag it towards the other areas of the eyes. So that's exactly what I did also for the other eye. That's exactly what I did for the other eye, and you'll see the outcome. So I'll continue highlighting the other areas afterwards. You see that? So you just tap in, don't drag, do not drag. Like that. So I highlighted the bridge of my nose there. So I just draw 3 dots just around there. You don't use a lot of product, just use little product. You also don't want to waste. Then just very little around the forehead, because if you want your forehead to pop even more, you could use more product than that, but I don't want my forehead to pop like that. Then also under the lips, around the chin there, then also under the nose. Then you blend as you go. Just like that. Then just blend as you go. You just tap in, just tap in like that. Don't drag it, just tap like that. You see that it has blended with the skin just perfectly. Even for the nose, you'll just do the same thing. Don't drag it towards like the whole nose. Just tap in that area where you have applied the concealer, like that. And also for the forehead, just tap into that specific area. Don't drag it, just tap in like that. Like that, you see that? So after highlighting, you set the areas where you highlighted with some powder. For now, I'm not using such a buttercup because it's very bright for my skin, so I'll just use that Luron finishing powder or setting powder to just set the areas where I had applied the concealer. And you make sure you set everywhere where you had applied the concealer, around the bridge of the nose, under the eyes, and that forehead area, and that nose area, and that under the lip area, that chin area. You just set everywhere, and you make sure you're using a product of your skin tone so that it blends with your skin properly. So just like that, you make sure you set everywhere. You see? I think I was vibing to music out there. There's somebody who's just playing music within the apartment. That's why I'm even doing a voiceover, because it's too loud. So for contouring, I'm going to use those 2 angled brushes together with that MAC Studio Fix finishing powder that is 2 shades darker than my skin tone. Yes, you see that? It's darker than my skin tone. So I began with, you see, the angled brushes. Yeah, so that is what you use to contour. So that's what I use to contour my nose and the rest of the parts of my face. So for the nose, you begin where the eyebrow begins, at the inner corner right there, as you just drag it down, and you make sure you drag it in a straight line. Make sure the line is a bit straight or symmetrical like that, because if the line is not straight, it will just look funny. So make sure at least you're contouring in a straight line, like that, exactly like that. Then around the face, you use the angled brush and you blend like as if it's going upwards, like you blend upwards, don't drag it down. You blend in circular motions going upwards when the brush is facing upwards. I don't know if you see that. I hope I'm making sense. Then also just around the forehead like that, to remove that demarcation of the foundation and the skin that's around your hair, like that, to at least reduce the harsh difference there, the harsh line there. You see? So it's almost matching the skin on your head. Then I used that shimmer shade from my palette to just, I used it as a blush to just make my nose pop like that. You just use little product unless you want your nose to pop even more, but as for me, that is just fine for me. I don't want it exaggerated. Then right there. So after applying with the brush, you just blend it in with your finger, because when you apply with the brush and leave it like that, it will just look like a straight line. So you have to blend it and tap with your finger so that it blends properly. So I just added a little bit more and tapped in with my finger, just like that. So I also applied some little bit of it around my eyebrow like that. So then I took the powder and just tapped through the whole face, the setting powder. I just blended it through the whole face, just like that, so as to now make the whole face uniform. So I just blended in like that. I used very little force. You don't tap in harshly, you just use little force. And now we are almost done. You see the contour lines? We are almost done now. For me, I don't usually apply that red blush people normally apply there. I don't like it. It's optional anyway. Then I used some setting powder, some setting spray. Then for the lips, I used the brown eye pencil that I used to line my eyebrows. So that is what I used. I just used that together with some lip gloss, some very shiny lip gloss. Very shiny and sticky lip gloss, because if you're going to use lip gloss on your lips while you have makeup on, it has to be at least a little bit sticky. Isikwe inaisha haraka. It should not like isha haraka. Exactly. So I tried that thing where people normally overline their lips. I find it attractive when people do that. So I normally try it these days. You see that? You just overline your lips just a little bit. Then after applying your eye pencil there or lip liner, you blend in first before applying the lip gloss so that it doesn't appear harsh. And also while applying your lip gloss, you must apply around the areas where you overlined, like that. I used lip gloss because I saw that it was the most appropriate for the eyeshadow. You know, while you're doing your makeup, at least it should at least match your eyeshadow when you're doing your lipstick. Yeah, so this was the final outcome, guys. Tell me what you think down in the comment section. Do you like it? If you liked this video, give it a big thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you for watching, guys, and bye bye.